Ky segment u mundsua pjesërisht nga Ecoland. Të jatjeta miq të pasqyrës shqiptare dhe mirë se erdhët në episodin ton të radhës. Edhe sot do të vazhdojmë me rubrikën ton të re, sfidat tona në Kanada. Tema është krejt e veçantë, ndoshta e parrahur në mediat shqiptare, të paktën në këtë format siç po e sjellim ne sot. Titullohet 3 kanadeze, nuse në familje shqiptare. Siç e thotë edhe vettitulli, janë 3 të ftuara, zonja të reja, 2 të martuara dhe e treta e fejuar me shqiptar, që pranuan të ndajnë me ne historitë e lidhjeve të tyre me këta djem. Është një bisedë shumë e ngrohtë dhe e sinqertë, një nga më të këndshmet që kam bërë në këto 17 vjet të pasqyrës shqiptare. Kthehemi pas reklamave. Addison on Air in Mills, shërbimi përkushtuar nga një biznes familjar me emër, zëvendësim falas i gomave, baterisë dhe frenave të shumica e makinave të reja, si dhe $250 karburant falas nga zera.
Let me assist you here at Addison on Air in Mills with your vehicle purchase.
Beqiri Professional, një kompani eksperte në çështje taksash.
Për bizneset dhe individ, ne ofrojmë shërbim gjatë gjithë vitit, si dhe këshillim në rast auditimi. Përvojat dhe kualifikimet tona kanadeze janë garanci që të kurseni para.
Është koha e profesionistëve, ylli Beqiri. Për shitblerje pronash apo edhe qeramarrje, Irma Drinziu punon pa u lodhur për interesat tuaja. Siguroni informacionin e duhur dhe të dhënat e fundit të tregut. Irma është një agjente me kohë të plotë dhe ndihma e saj ju bën shitblerjen e pronës një përvojë shumë të kënaqshme. AG Windows and Doors ju fton të përfitoni nga prodhimet cilësore me çmime të arsyeshme. Këtu çdo gjë prodhohet me përgjegjësi teknike dhe vëmendje ndaj blerësve. AG Windows and Doors, një biznes i suksesshëm familjar për 22 vjetësh në shërbim të familjeve shqiptare. Ladies, first of all, I would like to thank you for coming to our show. It's a pleasure to have 3 Canadian ladies accepting our invitation to share their experiences regarding their private life with Albanian men. Mm-hmm. So I would like to start with you with the same question for each of you regarding your ethnic, cultural, or religious background. Can I start with you, Michelle?
Sure. Okay, so my name is Michelle Perjoni. I am Canadian. I was born here in Canada, in Brampton, Ontario. On my mother and father's side, I have German ancestors and some French Canadian on my mother's side. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I am Roman Catholic, mm-hmm. which I'm very proud that I'm Roman Catholic. And yeah.
Is your husband Catholic too?
Yes, Mark is Roman Catholic as well,
okay.
Which we're very happy about.
All right.
Yeah.
What about you, Brittany?
I was also born in Canada, in Scarborough. My family is also Canadian. My grandparents come from Eastern Canada, and I have ancestors that come from Ireland and Scotland. My family is not very religious. I was baptized Anglican, but we don't really follow anything.
What about your husband, Bess?
He also doesn't really follow any type of religion.
Okay. What about you, Nadia?
I'm Russian. I came to Canada in 2011. I'm Russian Orthodox.
Mm-hmm. What about your man?
Evans doesn't really follow any religion, I would say. I'm not very strictly religious, but I'm Russian Orthodox, so from time to time I go to the church. But I cannot say that I'm very strict.
How much information about Albania, and particular Albanians, did you have prior to meeting your husband?
To be honest, not much. I knew only location and some historical facts, where it is, just like general information.
General information?
Yeah, not much, unfortunately.
What about you, Brittany?
None, 0. I only started learning about the culture and the history from my fiance.
Did Best introduce himself as an Albanian, or it didn't matter?
No, he didn't, and it didn't matter. I just found out later on when he started telling me about the history, and then when I started hearing his music preference and the language that he spoke.
What about you, Michelle?
It's same. I didn't know anything about Albania. I didn't even know it existed. And then when I was in university, I had a class with a girl who was from Albania. But I didn't know anything other than she was just from Albania. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't until I met Mark that I really started to learn, like with these ladies, learning about the culture and the language.
Tell me about the circumstances of meeting with Mark.
Well, when I was in university, during the summers, I would go back and work at Fortino's. And I worked in the pizza department, and one day, Mark had come in for lunch. He was working construction at the time, so he came in for lunch, and then I served him, and he'd come in quite often throughout the week, so we'd get to know each other. And then he had just asked about me when I wasn't there, and he asked one of the girls there for my number, and they didn't give it because of confidentiality. But then Mark left his number, and he insisted that if I took his number, I better call him. So not to take it if I wasn't sure. So I took the number, and I called him, and I'm glad I did.
Mark is a funny guy, huh?
Oh, he's very funny. Oh, we're always laughing.
Okay. What about you, Brittany? Can you share your experience?
We also met at work. I was working part-time, and we sort of became friends at first, and then the relationship kind of grew from there. And we didn't start dating until he started working somewhere else, and then just kind of blossomed.
Nice. It's your turn, Nadia.
I met Evans through his cousin Ella, so we were friends, and we actually worked together. Then we became friends, and then we started to hang out with her together, and then Evans was just joining from time to time. So from there, we started talking, and then later on dating.
Okay. What struck you most about your husband, and how long it took you to distinguish in him some Albanian features?
I think that his confidentiality impressed me, his sense of humor. And I think it took me about a year, I would say, to like understand that probably this is like an Albanian feature here or there. Yeah, I think that we are very similar. I started realizing that we are similar.
So 1 year.
Yes,
1 year.
1 year.
How long it took you, Brittany?
I don't know for sure timeline. I want to say maybe a couple months. But I think what struck me the most about him was definitely a sense of humor. I'm very drawn to people that can make me laugh. I think it's very important. And also just how giving he is as a person. He puts other people's needs first and before his own, and he's always ready to help anybody that needs it. So I think that also really struck me about him.
Anything special in him that distinguish this guy from a Canadian guy?
Definitely.
What makes him an Albanian, in your point of view?
I would say definitely how proud he is of where he comes from.
Oh, okay.
I think is one thing. As a Canadian, I think a lot of us take for granted what we have here because our freedom and stuff like that wasn't really something that we personally fought for our generation. But he's very involved in his history of his country. So I find that a lot of people in Albania are very proud of where they come from, and that really shines through in his personality.
Thank you.
Similar to what you had just said about his patriarch, so how patriotic he is.
Yeah.
He always speaks very
You said
highly.
patriarch too.
Patriotic.
Patriotic. Okay.
He's very proud of where he comes from, and I picked that up right away. And he was never shy about it. He always spoke very openly about Albania, where he's from, and what his family had gone through. When I met him too, I had picked up right away about his accent, which was one of the things that drew me to him. I was very attracted to his accent, which led to the initial discussion of, wow, where are you from? And then when he had talked about Albania, I wanted to know more. So I was very eager to learn about it, and he was very willing to and very proud to share that, which I love. And then he'd teach me a little bit, and the more we'd hang out together, I would learn more things. He'd start with the alphabet, which is very different than Canadian alphabet, and I'd just be very eager to learn. So.
Can you say a few words in Albanian? Like if I say to you, Mirmbrama, si jeni.
Mirmbrama, Ilir.
Oh, you say.
Po, në fal pak shqip, në kuptoj shumë, edhe në fal pak, ditë për ditë ka pak.
Ditë për ditë ka pak.
Po, në kam 2 vajza.
Vajza I
Një vajza I marta është Arja, Arja ka 21 muaj, edhe vajza vogël ka 3 muaj.
3 muaj?
Po, për më në fal, unë jam kanadeze, në fal anglisht, francesht, edhe pak shqip.
Me pak dialekt nga zona e Markut.
Opo. Po sepse unë fal shqip me nëna soj, right? Me Marko.
Nënën e ti.
Nëna e ti, po. So, ditë për ditë jam me telefon për FaceTime. Nana edhe Alisa, Arya, në fal shqip.
Michelle, you are an extraordinary example to Brittany and to Nadia. What about you? You said you only know a few
like
words.
that.
Don't worry, I didn't always know that.
My vocabulary is very sad compared to that. I know Makin is car. Mir, Sieni,
Nice.
Shkemi, Falmanderi.
Yeah.
And I also know Policia. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. His mom is trying very, very hard to teach me. I'm just not very good at picking up language.
I find you at this stage that you are being engaged. I already introduced everybody. You are engaged, these two ladies, and they are married, so you have plenty of time to catch up, right?
Alba Hearing Solutions është një klinikë ku bëhet vizita dhe testi i dëgjimit, e drejtuar nga bashkëdhetarja Silvana Kasi, specialiste e aparateve të dëgjimit me përvojë 15 vjeçare në këtë fushë. Nëse mendoni se keni rënje të dëgjimit dhe se kjo mund të jetë pasojë e dyllit në vesh, moshës, problemeve patologjike, ekspozimit të gjatë në mjedise me zhurmë, jeni të mirëpritur të kontaktoni Alba Hearing Solutions. Vizita është mbuluar nga karta e shëndetit OHIP.
Kompania AM Transport kërkon shofer me përvojë me patent AZ dhe DZ me lëvizje brenda Greater Toronto Area si dhe distanca të shkurtra në Amerikë. Jeni të lutur të kontaktoni AM Transport te 905 624 57 28. Me mira klienti kanë besuar Orges Hysit për mbushjen e ëndrrës për t'u bërë pronar. Nëse po blini shtëpinë e parë, të dytë apo dhe të tretë, Orges Hysi është njeriu që ju duhet, sepse kredia është e ndërlikuar dhe kërkon këshillim profesional, por edhe një emër gjigant, siç është RBC. Orges Hysi vjen aty ku jetoni ju, me zgjidhje të përshtatura me rrethanat tuaja. Interesat janë shumë të ulta, miratimi i kredisë bëhet shumë shpejt dhe kushtet e shlyerjes janë të favorshme me përfitime si për shembull cashback. Orges Hysi, një besim i përligjur. Nadia, you married Evans 1 year ago?
Yeah, it's almost a
Almost
year.
a year?
Almost a year. So I just started to pick up some words and about to start learning. So it's like some phrases again, like "chkemi", "siev", "falemdere", and some words I actually understand. I guess because of the Russian roots. Because sometimes I would hear them talking in the family and pick up, okay, they say baklajan, which is baklajan in my language. I'm like, okay, I know, what is it about? So some words here or there I understand because of my background.
Do you find any similarities between your parents' background and your husband's?
Yes, one thing that I really feel similar with my family is the family values, and the family is very important for both of us. So Evan's family is very close and united, and my family do the same. They all the time celebrate all their holidays together. It's all the time like family events, and like if there's something happens, it's the family first that you talk to. So that's the most important thing that I think unites both of us, and it's very similar.
What about you, Brittany? Do you find similarities between both backgrounds?
Yeah, for me it's the same thing. The family values is very important to my family as well as his. I was accepted into his family very quickly, and they just wanted to get to know me and just accept me into their family, and I thought that was really nice. And it's pretty important for my family as well to be open and make sure that everyone knows what's going on in everyone's life and that everyone is there for each other when they need them.
What about you, Michelle?
Similar to these two lovely ladies with how family-oriented Mark is and how my culture is. Now, on my family side, unfortunately, with the German background, it's 4th generation German,
Okay.
so I don't know as much.
But your last name, Götze, from
Gates,
your...
it's German.
Gates.
Yes, and we
Not
actually...
Götze.
No, some people pronounce it Getz,
Uh-huh.
but we, because we're different, we pronounce it Gates. However, it's written weird, Goetz. And one thing I noticed that is similar is both of our families are very religious. On my father's side, there's actually a church that is in our, like a family-owned church, which is very nice, and we actually got to go visit it in Kenilworth.
Did he or you propose?
He proposed.
He proposed.
Yeah, he proposed. We had both been very sure and very happy, but I guess because of the difference in culture, you wanted to make sure that it was...
Yeah.
We both knew it was a good choice, a good move, but it was more so him that wanted to.
Brittany, from lover's status to engaged status, who took the first step?
He did. He proposed.
You proposed?
It was something that we had both talked about. We knew that eventually we did want to get married, start a family. For me, it was very important that he had talked to my parents first to make sure that they were okay with the relationship. I wanted their blessing. I had no idea that he had taken those steps. So we were actually on vacation. We had gone to Europe to follow the Euro Cup games, and he proposed while we were in Paris. So I was quite surprised. He just came out and said, I talked to your parents, everyone's okay with it, I have everyone's blessing.
Wow.
Will you marry me? So it was very
very
touching, very surprising, yeah.
Very nice.
As for Evans, it was also he who proposed, and he also actually surprising he did it in Paris last year. In Paris, yeah, we were traveling, and he chose a very romantic spot, and it's a very romantic city to propose.
How did your family react to the news that you will be married to an Albanian guy?
They were happy. They met Evans before, so they knew him, and they always liked him. So they were very, very happy, and they were with us on that trip. So they were really happy.
Your family also accepted this great news?
Yeah, my family was also very happy, very supportive. To them, it never really mattered the background of the person that I would be with. Just mattered that we both loved each other and we both cared for each other. And whether he was Albanian, Canadian, American, it didn't ever matter to them. They just wanted someone that would care for me and love me.
Michelle, I was in your wedding.
Yes.
I'm not going to share more details why I was there, but I witnessed that your parents were happy.
Oh, they were very happy.
Yeah?
From day one, I remember the first night Mark and I had gone out, I came back and I sat with my mom and I told her how much of a great time I had and how one day I could see myself marrying this guy. And they never looked at the culture as being a deciding factor or ever an issue. They were just happy that I had found someone where there was mutual respect. They could see how happy I was and how much he appreciated me and respected me, and vice versa with him. So it was never an issue. They were always very happy, and the first time they met him, they commented on how much of a gentleman he was. So they were very happy that I was with someone so respectful and loving.
Ladies, you have such wonderful stories, but I want to be a little bit more pushy. In your larger circle, in families, close family, but in a larger family, any resistance at all? Like grandparents or cousins, suspicious? No? No one?
No, there was never any resistance, no.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Dea Art sjell për ju koncertin e bamirësisë Tinguj për vendin tim. Marrin pjesë shumë artistë të shquar shqiptar në Kanada. Skenari nga Inis Jorgo dhe sponsor mediatik PASQYRA SHQIPTARE. Këtë koncert e prezantojnë këta aktorë shumë të dashur për ju.
Unë jam Ana Golja.
Unë jam Gjemi Agaj.
Si mund keni një gjuar të PASQYRA SHQIPTARE me 28 prill në Toronto organizohet një koncert Tinguj për vendin tim.
Karakteri i këtij koncerti është karakter bamirësie dhe bëhet në bashkëpunim me emisionin Shqiptarët për Shqiptarët. Prania juaj do jetë një ndihmës shumë e madhe për të gjithë ata shqiptarë që kanë nevojë. Ju mirëpresim.
Vëllezër motra të nderuara, kudo që jeni, kudo që jetoni në trojet shqiptare në diasporë, ju falenderojmë shumë që jeni bashkangjitur emisionit Shqiptarët për Shqiptarët, jeni bashkangjitur ndihmës shqiptarëve. Në veçantë, falenderoj vëllezërit dhe motrat në Kanada që po na bashkangjiten në një rast specifik. Gjithmonë u bashkofshim për vepra të mira dhe fisnik, ju faleminderit shumë.
Edhe gjithë artistët që janë bashkangjitur këtij koncert bamirësie Tinguj për vendin tim, i falenderoj sepse jam vetëm ndër artistët që janë bashkuar në nisma të tilla. Zoti ju beqatoft.
Nëse blini ose shisni shtëpinë me zonjën Irena Bendi, përfitoni deri në $5,000 renovime falas ose cashback. Zgjidhje të përshtatura sipas nevojave, fushat profesionale marketingu dhe një etike admirueshme. Irena Bendi e palodhur dhe e përkushtuar ndaj klientit. Nëse ju nevojitet një avokat me përvojë nga Bay Street në çështje gjyqësore, biznesi, pronash, emigrimi e tjerë, zgjidhni avokatin Gjegjvani.
Avokatia është pasioni im prej më së 20 vjetësh. Më lejoni të bëhem partneri juaj në zgjidhjen e çështjeve tuaja ligjore.
Jam Holta Këllezi, dentiste licencuar në Kanada. Ju mirëpres për çdo nevojë që keni në lidhje me shëndetin e dhëmbëve. Më telefononi ose dërgoni email për një takim. Ofroj ulje për pacientët shqiptar.
Blerja apo shitja e shtëpisë është një nga vendimet më të rëndësishme financiare dhe kërkon një real estate ekspert dhe të besuar. Bardhyl Selimi me kompaninë e Remaxit ju ofron sigurinë dhe shërbimin që ju kërkoni. Addison on Erin Mills, shërbimi përkushtuar nga një biznes familjar me emër, zëvendësim falas i gomave, baterisë dhe frenave të shumica e makinave të reja, si dhe $250 karburant falas nga zera.
Let me assist you here at Addison on Erin Mills with your vehicle purchase.
What about them? Did they accept the family of your man? Did they accept this new relationship immediately?
They always did. I always was very welcome. I never felt that I was not welcome. I was always treated as one of their own. I never felt any tension or anything, and they all welcomed me very quickly. Even to this day, I have such a great relationship with them. Now, I know sometimes since his mother speaks only Albanian, I can't sit down and have a very, random conversation with her. But I do really try, and I'm very fortunate that when I was on maternity leave with our daughter, she came to stay with us to help out, so that encouraged me to speak the language more. So I was able to really build on my relationship with her. We don't always understand each other fully, but we have such a great relationship. Now, I know when Mark had mentioned that he met someone, he's very happy. She was very happy that her son had met someone. And she was never upset that I wasn't Albanian, but I can only imagine, because she's very traditional, and to not know where I come from, or to not know if I'd appreciate the values and traditions of her family. I think there would have been, never was it expressed to me, but I just hope she wasn't worried about me not being Albanian. Yeah. I think it brought her comfort to see how much I love and respect her son, and how much I really am eager to learn the language. So I'm very thankful that she sees how open I am with the culture. And there's never been any resistance though, but I know that she does appreciate how much I like to say I'm Albanian at heart. So I like to think, I know that I am actually.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
For me, I don't think there was any resistance, not that I know of.
You don't feel anything?
No, his parents have always been very accepting of me, very welcoming. They've made me feel part of the family since the day I met them. And also not just his parents here, but his extended family as well back home. The summer that we got engaged was the summer that I met his whole extended family. And it's very intimidating to go to a country that you've never been to, and you don't speak the language, and you're meeting the whole family at the same time. But everyone that we met was incredibly welcoming. They all tried to teach me words when I was there. I didn't really pick up that many, but they all tried. And there was just, an overwhelming sense of acceptance and welcoming, and everyone was incredibly friendly. So I don't think there was any resistance at all on his side.
No one is pushing you to learn cooking Albanian cuisine, no?
No. No. His mom will kind of show me if I have the interest, but she doesn't push me. I do know how to cook some things, which...
Really?
Thankfully for my fiance, he can't even cook an egg, but so I definitely will be getting some recipes from his mom, because I really love her meatballs. Those are my favorite things that she makes.
Qofte.
Yeah. So I will definitely be stealing some recipes for her, and she's more than willing to teach me.
Very nice. Nadia?
I think
Stakes are very high now.
I think since the first moment I met Evan's family, I was accepted like a daughter, and because my parents, none of my family, they're all there in Russia, so I'm pretty much on my own here. That's why I felt even more that I'm very welcomed, and I was accepted like a daughter in the family, and everyone is very not only friendly but loving me. So yes, I think I'm very happy and lucky that my husband's family, we not only accepted me, but they also like really love me, and I love them back, because we were so like we got close very very fast.
Good. I heard that you had 3 reception weddings. Is it true?
Yes, we had 3 weddings.
3 weddings.
3 weddings.
Tell me more about that, and how much negotiations were involved in this preparation to push their agenda, the Albanian agenda, the Russian agenda,
I think both
in terms of music, in terms of entertainment.
I think both of our families are very open-minded and accepting, and they wanted probably they wanted their certain ways, but I think we did pretty good job in terms of like pleasing everyone.
Yeah.
We had a wedding here after the city hall with friends and family who
more like official.
Yeah, we did throw a party here. Then we traveled to Albania, and up north in we had a wedding there, like a wedding ceremony. It was a kind of surprise party. Tropoja, yes. Yes, we met all the family there, and we had a great party. It was like 60 people. And then finally in Turkey, that was...
Why in Turkey?
Because it was a point where my Russian family could come, and Albanian family could also come.
Oh, I see.
So we from here traveled with his immediate family. Then my immediate family traveled from Russia, and some Albanian family members also came from Albania. And then Turkey was a final ceremony, reception. Again, 50 people is crazy.
So did you make everybody happy?
Yes, we played Albanian music, we played Russian music, we did some Russian traditions, we did some Albanian traditions. So yes, I think...
Did you wear any Albanian traditional dress?
I was wearing a little hat with the red hat, and the vest.
The vest?
Yes, and some scarves around my waist.
Will you share some pictures with us?
Sure.
Yeah.
And I did the Albanian dance. I tried my best to learn and dance.
Nice. I'm sorry, Brittany, I have to skip you.
Yeah, that's fine.
But you must have done a small ceremony, engagement ceremony?
We haven't really done anything like that yet, but we're still negotiating for our actual ceremony. But
for the wedding, you mean?
Yeah. We're aiming for half and half, like a good mix of both.
Where?
Cultures.
Here in Canada?
Yeah.
In Toronto?
Toronto.
Half.
So that's what we're aiming for.
How big is Albanian half, and your half is 200 each?
Undecided, yeah, undecided so far.
Undecided?
Yeah.
Any negotiations with parents, like small fight?
No, not yet.
I think he wants us to get into it.
Yeah, no, not yet. We'll see though, not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Michelle?
There wasn't really negotiations. Right away, it was very easy for Mark and I. We knew we both wanted to be married in a church, which was very important. I guess regarding the church, it was, okay, Albanian church or English church?
Yeah.
Because I wanted to try and incorporate the Albanian culture as much as we could. But when we really buckled down, we realized that, okay, my family and his, with the exception of his mother, they all understand English. So the ceremony was all English. However, at the reception, we were fortunate enough to have one of the Albanian priests come, and he gave us the blessing and said a little something in Albanian, which we were happy about. When it came to the music, we were very eager to please everybody, because we didn't want our Albanian friends and family to be offended that there wasn't enough Albanian music, and vice versa with the non-Albanian community. We wanted to make sure they didn't think there was too much Albanian music. So we actually found an Albanian English DJ, which was very good. So he had English and Albanian music, and he spoke both languages, which was important. That would be really the only, not really negotiation, but okay, how are we going to do this to make everybody happy? Like, I understand you'll never satisfy everyone. There's always going to be something that someone has to pick on, but that I think was the biggest. Like, the church was easy, the music wasn't hard, but it was the biggest. Okay, how are we going to do this? And we had actually, before the ceremony, we had started to practice one of the traditional Albanian dances, but then Mark had a surgery on his knee, so that prevented us from continuing with it and performing that traditional dance at the wedding. So we were very eager to.
Okay. FBI Pizza me pronar bashkëdhetarët Luiz Gojani dhe Alex Spaçi mirëpret klient shqiptar në pizzerinë që ndodhet në afërsi të kryqëzimit Lakeshore West me Mimico në Etobico. FBI Pizza tingëllon një emër serioz, sepse këtu çdo gjë përgatitet dhe shërbehet me seriozitetin maksimal nga mjeshtrat pizzaiol. Nëse rezervoni në grup, restoranti ju ofron edhe gatime shqiptare. FBI Pizza është një emër i konsoliduar për vitesh, tani një zgjedhje më shumë për shqiptarët në Toronto që të ndihen si në shtëpinë e tyre. Ndonjëherë njerëzve të mirë ndodhin gjëra të këqija. Për fat, Konte Jazwa Lawyers është gati t'ju ndihmojë kur keni nevojë më shumë. Për gati 2 dekada, Konte Jazwa Lawyers ndihmon njerëzit e ndeshëm që kanë pësuar dëmtime serioze fizike ose psikologjike. Konte Jazwa Lawyers nuk punon për interesat e kompanive të sigurimit, as për bizneset e mëdha, ata punojnë për ju. Telefononi sot te 416 544 0008 që jeta juaj të kthehet në rrjedhën e mëparshme. Brungalo tani në një zyrë të re. 15 profesionistë mes tyre 3 avokat ofrojnë shërbime në fusha të ndryshme. Për çështje ligjore zgjidhni Brungalo, një partner i besueshëm që mbron interesat tuaja. 10 vjet në shërbim të komunitetit. Kompania AM Transport kërkon shofer me përvojë me patent AZ dhe DZ me lëvizje brenda Greater Toronto Area si dhe distanca të shkurtra në Amerikë. Jeni të lutur të kontaktoni AM Transport te 905 624 57 28. Për shitblerje pronash apo edhe qeramarrje, Irma Drinziu punon pa u lodhur për interesat tuaja. Siguroni informacionin e duhur dhe të dhënat e fundit të tregut. Irma është një agjente me kohë të plotë dhe ndihma e saj ju a bën shitblerjen e pronës një përvojë shumë të kënaqshme. You said earlier that you visited Albania.
Yes.
When was that?
In August of 2015. We had gone. It was the summer. We got married in June and we went in August for one of his cousin's wedding. So it was very exciting because it's in Canada here, it was just like a one-day celebration and that's it. But in Albania, it's for the full week. So we were exhausted because we got there and it was very exhausting. But we got there just as everything was starting. And I was very happy to be a part of it. I went with the groom to pick up the bride, which I've never been a part of because that's not how I've seen weddings before. So I got to be a part of that and all the celebrations and the wedding with her family, wedding with his family, and the overall wedding party. So that was very exciting. And I got to see where Mark's from. So he's from Puk, Albania. And I was very happy to see the house he grew up in. And he told me, okay, I remember I built this here with my father. We built this shed together. And then he took me down to the waterfall that they used to go to when they were kids. And he took me to different lakes and that. And
did you like the scenery?
I did.
Nature?
I was actually blown away. We had gone to Aruba on our honeymoon, and I was expecting Aruba to be very tropical, very green and beautiful, but offside the resort, it was very desert-like. And I was expecting to see that in Albania, because I'd never been. And when I got there and I saw there wasn't desert in Albania, it was all greenery and flowers and beautiful and mountains. I think every time we went out, I said to Mark, look at the mountains! And so I was blown away by that, the scenery. And we're trying to work on getting my parents to go with us to Albania, but we definitely look forward to taking Arya and Alyssa there one day, so they get to see where Baba came from. So, and it helped me pick up a little bit more with the language by seeing it and hearing it. I did say to Mark, there's all those no smoking signs, but those aren't acknowledged. So we'd be in a restaurant and they'd say, Mark, there's no smoking. People are smoking. Let's tell the waiter. He's like, yeah, no. Not going to do anything. But I hope to go back very soon. I look forward to taking our girls there.
Brittany, you mentioned a little bit earlier that you went in Albania too, right?
Yep, I've been there twice now. The first time was the summer that we got engaged. We had flown into Albania and then had driven up to France for the Euro Cup and then ended our trip back in Albania. So I got to see the city that Bess is from, which was Tirana.
His roots are from Vlora though. from
Yes,
south.
yes, that's where the rest of his family is, but I believe he grew up in Tirana.
That's true.
And he showed me the house that he grew up in, took me around his neighborhood, showed me the school that he was supposed to go to that he most often did not go to. He also showed me...
I'm not going to cut anything.
He also showed me like the areas that he used to play with his friends, and on one of the sidewalks by his house there was like a hole that he fell into and like almost died in, and so I got to see kind of like his life as he was growing up, which I thought was really neat. And then the second time that we were there, we traveled up to the northern part of Albania. We did a little bit of hiking there and camping, and the mountain ranges are just gorgeous. And then we also traveled to a couple of the different beaches, I believe in the south area. And the beaches there are gorgeous too. I'm actually surprised that a lot more people don't go there for beach vacations, because the beaches are beautiful.
Yeah.
Extremely gorgeous. And the food there is
Don't
very
put
good
salt
too.
on our wounds, please. don't mention. Yeah. Nadia, your experience with traveling through Albania.
So, because I heard already about Albania from Evans, I kind of expected a little bit more communist architecture. But honestly, I was really surprised by Tirana. It's more, it really reminded me something like a European capital, where it's like a mix of different architecture styles, and everything is like there, restaurants, everything you want. It's very green. So I was impressed by Tirana, and then we took traghet to get to Trapoja. That was the best part of the trip, because it was I was impressed. The mountains and their crystal clear water, and just the scenery. It was just amazing. Something like that you only see, somewhere like in museum on one of the paintings. So yeah, that was like amazing trip. And so yeah, we visited his mother's side. Up north, the family, they're in Trapoja. And Bayramsur, yes. Bayramsur. Unfortunately, I haven't been in Vlora or somewhere in the south, but I've heard a lot again, and this is something that we're planning to go and visit next time.
Another question, do you have friends of mixed origins with one partner being Albanian?
Yes, I do.
You do?
At least 2 families that I can remember of.
Here in Toronto?
Yes. And one of them is a cousin who introduced us to each other. Yes, she's also, she's Albanian and she's in a mixed marriage. And the other cousin, his wife is not Canadian and non-Albanian. So yeah.
Does it help to interact with these people, to socialize, to
for sure.
spend time?
Yes, for sure.
It relaxes a little bit the relationship?
Yes, it definitely opens up a lot of conversations and a lot of like loves that we share. And we all share experiences, and we talk about our trips to Albania and what is it so amazing, and how is it sad that not many people, unfortunately, know about how great it is.
Yeah. What about you, Brittany? Do you feel alone in this type of relationship?
Not really. I don't personally have any friends that are in mixed relationships, but when we've visited his cousins in the States, they're in relationships with Americans. So I've bonded with them a little bit over dating someone that speaks a language that you don't understand, and like the challenges of trying to learn it, and then the challenges of like learning their culture and getting to know them. So I have people to bond with over it.
Thank you. Michelle, can you share your experience?
I do have friends of mixed marriages and mixed relationships, but I'm the only one fortunate enough to be married to an Albanian. But I've never really seen that as they don't understand or they don't get me. And even now that I'm with Mark and I am friends with his friends and a lot of his family, there are some people who, it's like they are with someone who's not Albanian, but it doesn't mean I'm any less confident with the non-Albanian person, because I find the other friends and family, even if they're Albanians with an Albanian partner, they are still very welcoming, and I know sometimes I might not say things the most clear or things that make the most sense, but I don't know, I try. I've never really seen that as I can't relate to them.
I see. Do you attend to Albanian parties that are being organized in Toronto?
Yes, so when Mark goes to his church, it is in Albanian, and there are times I go, because he's a reader a lot of the time, and I go, and sometimes I just go to try and pick up what's being said, but I'm always reading the English Missal, so I do know what's going on. We have taken part in the church celebrations with the Albanian Independence Day, often, and Christmas and Easter parties. He often helps out at those celebrations, so we go. However, now it's a little bit harder with the two little ones at home.
For sure.
But we even try, when we baptized our daughter Aria, we baptized her in Michigan with our his nephew, who was born 3 weeks before her. So we baptized them in an Albanian church. So that was important, that they're getting that side of the culture. They're not just not getting anything in Albanian. And the priest was very accepting, and he knew I wasn't Albanian, so when it came to a lot of the blessings, he made sure to stop and say, okay, Michelle, this is what's being said. So he wanted to make sure I really knew what was going on.
That was in Michigan?
That was in Michigan, yes. His family lives there.
Okay.
So we were very excited. And when we baptize Alyssa, hopefully we'll baptize her at the same church in Michigan.
Brittany, I know your fiancé is very much, or has been very much involved in organizing or taking part in Albanian parties. Did you have a chance to attend to one of them?
Yeah, I've been to a couple. We try to go to as many as we can. It just kind of depends on our work schedule. We're both very work-oriented. But we do try to go to as many as possible, especially with his mom. She's such a prominent member of the Albanian community. So we try to be there to support her in everything that she's doing. So we try to go to a lot of them.
Thank you. Nadia, I believe with 3 weddings, you don't need to take part in any Albanian parties. You already done your job, right?
Yeah, pretty much actually.
Okay.
Yeah, only I would say family events, because a lot of family comes. That would be the only one we attend.
All right, I thank you so much for taking your time and for sharing your experiences. And I would like you to convince your man to do a follow-up with them, maybe next year.
Yeah.
And I want them to share their experiences with you. Is that a deal?
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Sure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. Këto pamje kamera jon I mori ditën e shtunë pas dite më 23 mars 2019 në zyrat e shoqatës së Bashkësisë Shqiptaro-Kanadeze të Torontos. Është seminari I tretë nga 4 gjithsej me tema të ndryshme që kjo organizat mbajti për t'u ardhur në ndihmë shqiptarëve që jetojnë në Kanada. Për më shumë le të ndjekim bisedat me presidentin e shoqatës dhe koordinatorin e projektit.
Në këtë vit dhe vitin e vjen vendosëm që shoqata të mirët edhe me këto seminare që t'i ofrojnë edhe një shërbim tjetër antarëve të komunitetit, përveç festave kombëtare që kemi dhe promovimi librash edhe gjitha aktivitetet tjera që zhvillon shoqata. Unë fillimisht dua me falëndëru gjithë pjesëmarrësit dhe dua me falëndëru bordin dhe sinqerisht dua me falëndëru Flamur Selmani, I cili ka marrë përsi për këtë projekt dhe ka zhvilluar në mënyrën më profesionale të mundshme.
Flamur, mund të tregoni pak më shumë kush e financon këtë projekt dhe për çfarë bëhet fjalë konkretisht?
Patjetër Ilir, fillimisht faleminderit për mbulesën tënde, që ke qenë çdo herë prezant në aktivitetet tona. Ky projekt, të cilin ne e kemi titulluar Make Canada Home apo Bëhe Kanadan shtëpi, është pjesërisht I sponsoruar nga Ministria e Qytetërimit dhe Migracionit të provincës Ontarios. Është pjesë e një granti të cilin ka fituar shoqata në vitin e kaluar dhe tani është faza e realizimit të këtij projekti. Projekti përbëhet nga 4 seminarë, ashtu siç e përmendte, 2 seminarë u mbajtën javën e kaluar, në vikendin e kaluar, ku kryesisht kishim rekrutues në fushën e në lëmin e punësimit, job recruiters, kishim në fakt zonjushat Bernardina Spaci dhe Hanife Oruglica, dhe gjithashtu, domethënë për krahasisht, domethënë kësaj sfere, kësaj fushë, kishim edhe domethënë real estate, kishim domethënë agenda, nga për përshitjen dhe blerjen e pasurive të patundshme. Seminari është i dizajnuar në atë aspekt që të mbuloj fusha të ndryshme, varësisht nga interesat që mund të shprehen anëtarët e komunitetit.
Sot kush janë folësit?
Sot kemi, kemi një seri folësish. Sot, në ditën e shtunë, datë 23 mars, kemi përsëri, zonjushën Hanife Ruglica, e cila do të flasë, diku për një orë, dhe do të njoftoj të pranishmit me mundësitë e punësimit nga fusha në të cilën, ajo është, përkatëse, dhe pastaj, do ndrojmë temën, kemi një seminar nga fusha e migracionit, ku do të marrë pjesë avokati i mirë njohur tani më shqiptar, Gerion Kalaci. Pastaj kemi gjithashtu një real estate shqiptar me emrin Odris Koço dhe një specialist, për hipoteka, pra mortgage specialist, zotriun Orgis Hysi. Dhe ata gjithashtu do të njoftojnë të pranishmit, për lëminë e tyre dhe për interesin që mund të shprehen të pranishmit.
Futbolli është pasioni i fëmijëve tuaj, dëshironi t'i trajnoni ata me profesionist, hapet Akademia e parë shqiptare e futbollit në Drejtor Toronto area Black Eagles Soccer Academy, e drejtuar nga ish futbollist të kombëtares shqiptare. Bëu pjesë edhe ti e shqiponjave shqiptare. Për regjistrime deri më 31 mars do të ketë 20% zbritje nga çmimi. Telefononi për të regjistruar te 437 996 53 90.